Welcome to the Big Game Hunting Podcast, where we help hunters like you prepare for the big game hunting adventures you've always dreamed of. Now, here's your host, John McAdams.
Hello, John McAdams here. Welcome to episode 306 of the Big Game Hunting Podcast. I know it is unusual for me to release an episode on a Wednesday like this, but I have a very special announcement to share with you. I released my very first episode of the Big Game Hunting Podcast all the way back in May of 2019. Here we are now, over 300 episodes and nearly 5 years later. Now, like I mentioned back in episode 300, I wanted to really celebrate this upcoming 5-year milestone in style. So to that end, I have partnered with some outstanding companies in the outdoor space to give away some amazing products to listeners as a sign of my gratitude and appreciation for your support. You and people like you are the whole reason I do this show. I have a great audience. I really appreciate you. So as a sign of my appreciation, I am announcing the start of a massive giveaway this episode to celebrate 5 years of the Big Game Hunting Podcast. Trust me when I say this celebration will absolutely knock the socks off the celebrations I did in the past for the 100 and 200 episode milestones. So let's get right into the details. I'm splitting this giveaway into two distinct quote-unquote pools. One pool for the grand prize, one for all the other prizes donated by some good friends, partners, and sponsors in the industry like Axel, Mossberg, Nosler, Silencer Central, etc. We'll talk more about those other prizes here in a second, so we'll start with the grand prize. My good friends and partners at Seyffert Big Game Hunting and I are giving away a 7-day African safari hunt for blue wildebeest, blesbok, impala, and warthog for free. Now, I have mentioned in the past that I am a military veteran myself and that I served in both Iraq and Afghanistan. My wife and my parents all served in the Army themselves too. So I have a special place in my heart for fellow veterans and men and women currently serving in the military. With that in mind, we are going to be giving away this hunt specifically to a military veteran. All currently serving and honorably retired or discharged military veterans, to include those who served on active duty in the reserves and in the National Guard of the U.S. military, are eligible for entry. Aside from that, there are no other restrictions on who can enter this giveaway for the grand prize. This is open to men and women from any of the 5 branches of the military who served during any time period. It is not restricted to combat arms veterans and or Purple Heart recipients either. Serving in the military means making sacrifices in service to the nation. It means being away from home, away from family and friends. And though it is small potatoes compared to missing time with a spouse, kids, other family members, and friends, serving in the military often also means missing out on time hunting. Heck, though I was fortunate to enjoy some really good hunting at various times while I was in the Army, I also completely missed multiple hunting seasons due to training and or deployment requirements. I know my situation wasn't unique either, and that some people had things way worse than I did in that regard. So with all this in mind, I want to give this hunt to an especially deserving veteran who has made meaningful sacrifices on behalf of others. I've been very fortunate in my hunting career, and I have been blessed to be able to hunt Africa on multiple occasions on my own dime. But once again, I know that's not the case with everyone, and I know there are plenty of hardworking and dedicated men and women in the military who simply cannot afford to hunt in Africa for themselves. So for this reason, I also want this hunt to go to someone who has not already been on a hunt in Africa. Now here is how to enter into consideration for this grand prize. You can enter yourself, or ideally, you can nominate someone you know who meets the criteria I just specified and who would really appreciate a hunt like this. So get in touch with me. Tell me why you think the person you have in mind deserves this hunt in Africa. Tell me about this person's service to the nation. Tell me about any other service to the local community you think is applicable in addition to their military service. This can range from being a volunteer at church, coaching Little League, serving as a first responder, whatever. Tell me about it if you think it's appropriate. And of course, also tell me about the hunting passions of this person. Like I mentioned earlier, there is no requirement that this person have deployed or have been wounded in combat, but be sure to tell me in as much detail as is necessary if that is the case. Please keep your message as brief as possible, but be thorough and tell me everything I need to know about this person and why you think they deserve this hunt. Don't be shy. This is not the time to be humble. I want to give this hunt to a man or woman who has worked hard for their country, who has always done the right thing, who has sacrificed for others, and who has always dreamed of hunting in Africa but just hasn't had the time and or the money to go. So how are we going to choose the winner of the grand prize? This will not be a random draw. Several other hunters and military veterans will help me sort through all of the people nominated for this prize, and we will select the man or the woman we think is the most deserving. Don't email me any personally identifiable information. Don't email me a DD-214 or anything like that. I will work one-on-one with the person we are ultimately considering for this hunt to verify his or her service. Now, email your nominations to john@thebiggamehuntingblog.com. Use the subject line Africa Hunt Giveaway. That is the best way to get in touch with me. Alternatively, you can also send me a private message on Instagram. My handle is @thebiggamehunter_. You can also message me through Patreon. Go to patreon.com/biggamehunter, all one word. Deadline to submit nominations is 11:59 p.m. Central Time on 9 May 2024. We will go through all of the nominations and reach out to the winner after that. Now, the winner will get a 7-day, 6-night hunt for blue wildebeest, impala, blessbok, and warthog for free. Within reason, we can make changes or substitution to the animals hunted. Now, this person can also bring up to one non-hunting guest along as well. Now, the hunt is going to be with Cock and Seyffert Big Game Hunting in Limpopo Province of South Africa. Same guys, same place that we did the Big Game Hunting podcast hunt in May of 2023. We will also do a podcast interview with the winner at some point, and we'll video the hunt similar to what we did with the 2023 podcast hunt. I am tentatively scheduling this hunt for June of 2025. That is when both the hunting and the weather are fantastic in that part of South Africa. But we do have a flexibility with the exact dates, especially if we end up selecting a winner who is still on active duty and who needs to work around a training and or a deployment schedule. Now, the hunt itself is covered by the prize. The winner will need to pay for their own airfare into Johannesburg. They'll also need to pay for their own taxidermy and other incidentals. Now, if you, the listener, are interested in making a donation to help cover the airfare for the winner of this hunt, get in touch with me and we'll see what we can do about that. So that is the grand prize. But never fear, that's not the only prize I'm giving away in this celebration either. So don't worry if you were not eligible to enter into consideration for the grand prize. I got a lot of cool stuff I'm about to tell you about that you are eligible for. Now, I want to give a special thanks to the sponsors and partners that have donated some great items to make this giveaway possible. In alphabetical order, we got Axel, Mossberg, Nosler, Kevin Robertson, Evan Simbita from Simbita Custom Knives, Silencer Central, and the folks at Spartan Precision. They're all giving away some great prizes to the listeners. Now, while that Africa hunt is only open to military veterans, everyone is eligible for these other prizes. So in more detail here, specifically, the guys at Axel were kind enough to donate a set of their amazing X-Core ear protection that I love so much and that I use while hunting. Mossberg is donating a Patriot rifle chambered in 6.5 Creedmoor. Nosler has also donated 100 rounds of trophy-grade ammunition in 6.5 Creedmoor, loaded with a 140-grain partition bullet. That exact load was far and away the best ammo I've tested for the 6.5 Creedmoor in gel, with both outstanding penetration and a very large wound cavity. That's not surprising. That's a great bullet. You can use it on everything you would reasonably hunt with a 6.5 Creedmoor, out to several hundred yards. Heck, that's what Tyler Friel used to kill his grizzly with as well. This stuff would be perfect on deer, black bear, even elk or moose. So whoever wins that has a 6.5 Creedmoor is going to be set up with some great hunting ammo. Next, we have a copy of The Perfect Shot 2 autographed by Kevin Robertson. Right, Kevin is one of my most popular guests on the show. That's a great book, especially for those who are planning a hunt in Africa. Now, Evan Simbita is also donating a Meadowlark knife to one lucky winner too. I've had one since 2021. I love it. I use it on all of my hunts these days. Next, Silencer Central is donating a Banish 30 suppressor. That's a great all-around hunting suppressor that will work on stuff as small as the various rimfires and all the way up to a 300 rum. My first suppressor was a Banish 30. I still use it all the time at the range and while hunting. In fact, I just shot a hog last month using my Banish 30 on my 300 Blackout. It worked great. Spartan Precision is also donating 5 Javelin Light bipods. I love those bipods. I use them all the time now that I have switched over completely from my old Harris bipod to a Spartan Precision bipod. Now, I'm also working on some other sponsors, and I might have some additional prizes that I announce down the line too. But we got a great lineup even with just this stuff. That's a pile of great hunting gear that some lucky podcast listeners are going to really enjoy getting. Now, I have to mention a couple of legal disclaimers and other terms and conditions here too. First, no purchase is necessary to enter, void where prohibited. We're also going to do everything in accordance with the law here too, especially with regards to the rifle, the ammo, and the silencer. On the legal side of things, in order to be eligible for those prizes in particular, you have to live in a country and or a locality where this rifle, ammo, and silencer are legal to possess and legal for me to ship it to you. The Mossberger is going to ship that rifle straight to an FFL. You must pass a background check to get it, right? All of the normal stuff here. Similar deal with the silencer in the ATF Form 4. The winner of the silencer is responsible for paying for a $200 tax stamp. You must be over the age of 21, must live in one of the 42 states where silencers are legal to own. Now, as long as you meet that criteria, the folks at Silencer Central will set you up with a trust, help you file your Form 4, all the stuff like that they would do for a regular purchase. Then they will ship directly to your door after receiving ATF approval. Fortunately, and we're going to discuss this in a little bit more detail in an upcoming episode, those approvals seem to be coming much faster now than was the case even 6 months ago. Evan will ship his knife for free within the USA. Those living in other countries will need to pay for shipping. Now, the deadline to enter in the giveaway, everything, the grand prize and all of the other prizes, is 11:59 p.m. Central Time, 9 May 2024. How do you enter? Now, there's several ways you can not only enter, but get additional opportunities to win. First, click the link in the show notes and sign up for my email list to enter. This is a different link than what I normally put in the show notes to join the email list. Even if you are already on my email list, you need to sign up here to be entered in the giveaway. Now, that link is going to put you on a specific segment of my list that is entered in the giveaway. Only people in that segment of my email list are entered in the giveaway. You're not automatically entered if you joined the list weeks, months, or years ago. So just click the link in the show notes, sign up there. It literally takes just 1 minute. If you're brand new to the list, don't worry about any of that. Just sign up at the link in the show notes. You'll get on my main list and you'll be entered in the giveaway at the same time. If you are completely new to the email list, be on the lookout for an email from me asking you to confirm your email address within the next 24 hours. Click that link. You will complete your entry into the giveaway. Now, for additional entries in the giveaway, make sure you are subscribed to the Big Game Hunting Podcast on whatever app you listen to the show on, and leave me a rating and or a review for the show there too. Email screenshots saying you are subscribed to the podcast and have left a rating and or a review to john@thebiggamehuntingblog.com. Use subject line podcast giveaway. Do that, you'll receive additional entries. Note that ratings and reviews can take 24 to 48 hours to populate on Apple after you leave them. Now, if you are already subscribed or you left me a review months or years ago, that's fine. Just email me a screenshot of your old review and showing you're subscribed, and I'll give you an additional entry. Next, please follow my Instagram account @thebiggamehunter_, link in the show notes. Then comment and tag a friend in each of the upcoming posts I will be sharing over the next month, promoting the items my generous sponsors have donated to the giveaway. You will receive additional entries for each friend you tag in a comment. You can also support me on Patreon as a free or a paying member for an additional entry into the giveaway as well. No purchase is required to enter, but paying members will also receive all the bonus material I have published in Patreon, like members-only videos and podcast episodes, access to occasional question and answer sessions, stuff like that. Remember, deadline to enter, 11:59 p.m. Central Time, 9 May 2024. Each entry will receive a number. I will use a computer program to randomly select the winner. Now, the first person chosen will get to pick one item from that whole list of prizes. Then we'll select another number, and that person will get to pick from what is left, and so on until everything is gone. I will contact winners using the method you entered and won the giveaway using, right? Email, social media, Patreon, whatever. If I don't hear back from you within 24 hours, you will forfeit your prize and I will move on to the next person on the list. I will put out a reminder to not only enter the giveaway, but to check your emails and messages during the show on 9 May 2024. So sign up early. Make sure my daily emails are going to your inbox, not your spam folder, not your promotions tab. Unlike most big sweepstakes, you likely actually have pretty darn good odds of winning something with this giveaway, considering the number of prizes I have combined with your ability to enter multiple times if you're on the ball. So I don't want you to miss out on getting notified that you won something. You'll have till the evening of 9 May to submit entries. I'll conduct the draw the next day and immediately start notifying winners afterwards and through subsequent days until all the prizes are claimed. So that is it for this episode. I'm really excited to celebrate 5 years of the podcast with you over the course of the next month. Click those links in the show notes to follow me on Instagram, start sharing those posts, sign up for that email list to get on there, all of that stuff. Make sure you are entered. And of course, email me, john@thebiggamehuntingblog.com with nominations for deserving veterans who you think should be considered for the grand prize of a hunt in Africa. Good luck, and remember, you can make your dream hunt turn into a reality, and we can help. Thanks for listening, and we'll see you back here next time on the Big Game Hunting Podcast.
This show may be over, but we have plenty more for you on our website. For more information on today's topic, as well as lots of other useful hunting resources, head over to thebiggamehuntingblog.com. We look forward to having you back for the next episode. But until then, happy hunting.
Picture this. You're not just fixing cars, you're living your passion every day. At Cox, you'll work on a diverse range of automobiles. Surrounded by a team of friendly, like-minded individuals, you'll enjoy great pay and benefits. Ready to make this a reality? At Cox, we're recruiting auto and diesel techs to join our Mannheim and Fleet Services teams. Learn, grow, and fine-tune your career as a technician at Cox. Find out more at cox.career/autotech.